Hi everybody, welcome to part 5 on the Candy Man custom ground metal sign. I left you off in part 4, I'll just do you a little recap. We've done a bit of clear coating, so we gave it a couple of coats of clear to finish it off. Now the first thing I've done this morning is come in with a 1500 disc and just de-nibbed where the little nibs were on this, just to get that little bits of dirt that was in it, just nib them out. The next stage, I'm going to go in with a 3000 Trizac, wet Trizac, and just go over the top of this with a 3000 Trizac, polish it up, and then we can move on to the LEDs. We've got to do a couple of dirt nibs in the lion's head on the top, same again, just nib it off 1500, quick 3000, and then polish that, and that one's done. Now, I've got in here early this morning, I've started to sort of work out what I'm going to do with these LEDs. Now, I've done a template of the lion's head. I've made some chocks. So I'm just trying to use up everything that I've got. So I've got some little batten timber. I've joined these together. So that gives you the right distance, because we've got to put some control sort of box in the back. We're going to mount these on this piece here. We'll put the template across and then we'll drill through, screw the chocks through the back and into these, and then mount all the LEDs, put the lion's head on, light it up, fingers crossed it works and it can be sent out. So I'm going to crack on in a time lapse with the polishing. Just going to give this a quick polish over. It doesn't need a lot. Quick buff and polish, and then we can move on to drilling stuff, mounting LEDs and getting this thing glowing. So I'll see you in the first time lapse. Right guys, we've got the polishing on. You've seen in that time lapse, I went in with a 3000 Trizac after 1500 D-nibbing on a D8 with a interface panel, and then just wet the Trizac up and did it in sort of little passes, flatted over a couple of passes on that till it all dulled it off and took the 1500 scratches out. And then we went in with 2 compounding pads. First one was a harder one with 3M Fast Cut Plus. Just do little sections, and you've seen me turning the trestle round in the time lapse. Now the reason why I was doing that is when you run a rotary, it spins one way. So if you're coming to the edge of your panel, do it so your rotary head is spinning off the panel as you're coming up to the edge, and move your panel round out. So if you do it the opposite way, the rotary will spin round, gouge into the edge of the panel, and you can get a burn through. So I just kept moving it round. Not really heavy pressure on this, just nice and light, let the rotary do its work. Buzz around with the 3M, then I went in with the Meguiar's Ultimate Finishing Compound over the top with a soft pad, buzzed it over with that, wiped it off, and then I've coated this in the Carplan Super Ceramic. So it's had a little super ceramic coating, so that'll keep it nice and clean. You can just wipe it down afterwards. So I'll give you a little pan round because it's looking really cool when you put light on it now. So this is the finished polished sign, and that's what it's like when you put light on it. As you can see, it just moves now when you stick some light on this. So it's looking really nice. Guns are looking nice and glossy. Get a really nice effect with that. So once this lion head is on, the LEDs, as you can see the LED light in here from above there, this will glow on the lion's head round this way, and it will just glow up just round the outside. So I think that's going to look really cool. So the next stage on this piece of the sign to do, we're going to put some locators in the corners, because I didn't want to put battening on the back of the frame and do it so you sort of screw to the edges, so you see screw heads. I didn't want to see any screw heads, so we're going to do this as a floating sign. So you're going to have 4 stainless steel locators. Now how these work is, you get a tube like that in stainless, and it's got a hole in the bottom, and what you will do is you will get your screw, put your screw through like that, and you can put a screwdriver in this side here, and you'd screw this piece into the wall, drill a 10mm hole here. This would mount from the underneath there like that, and then this piece screws on top and screws down inside there, and that locates the sign, so it floats off the wall about 1 inch. We're going to do these all 4 corners, so you can have a nice stainless steel head on each corner, so when you mount it to the wall you can be floating. Another good thing to do is as well, you can do 2-tier LEDs. You could do the LED on the line head here, batten this part of the sign, if Candyman wants to do this, because I think it look cool as well. Batten this piece of the sign, drop some more LEDs on the back of this, because you've got the locators, it raises it off the wall. So you can have an outer wall glow, and then you can do the line head on the inner wall glow. So that's what can be done in the future if you wanted to do that, Candyman. Another trick way. So we're going to drill these pieces out, put the locators in. Then I'm going to get this template, chop round that lion's head, offer it up to here where we need to go, just tape it down, and then we can drill through number 1. So there's going to be 2 little screws in that one, all the way around like that, and then these chocks will fit sort of on here, screw through into the back of these. They will be going round in a shape like this. The LEDs will run on the edges of these chocks, so the edges of the chocks here, the LEDs will run round on them. You will have a sensor, because there's a little sensor thing there. The sensor is going to come out the top of the lion's head here. So you just point the remote at the centre, and then you can turn it on and off. You can go green, blue, pick your colours, and then you can go white. You can have flash, strobe, fade and smooth, and it will just go through different colour changes. Nice and simple. So we'll get the drill, start drilling these bits out. Right, that's the locators in. If you're drilling through a surface like that, drop some masking tape down first, and then when you drill through, it will protect your painted surface. Now, these locators on this piece here has got a rubber washer, so it's a rubber washer touching the paint. And then to the underneath, you can see the locator drop there. It just drops down. Your screw would come through here, and then you will drill this into the wall. Now, what I'll do is I will cut a piece of application tape to the sign, take the locators out, do some little dot holes on all 4 corners as a template, so when he gets it in the US, you can just put the template to the wall, masking tape it to the wall, drill in the 4 corners, and then you will have the perfect template to locate these and drop it on and make it nice and easy. So that's that piece done. We can now move on to dropping this. I'm going to chop this out, move this over here, put it on here, locate it up, just tack it down with some masking tape, and then we can drill through this piece with some smaller pilot drill, and then we've got some small little screws. We can screw through the back into the timber, locate the timbers, drop the LEDs on, do a little test and see what happens. So I will see you in the next time lapse. I don't know how many times I've sort of got you up to, but we've mounted the lion's head. I'll talk you through the extra bits that I've done as well. So I'll pan around now and show you what we've done. So that's the finished sign, guys. Looking really, really cool. We've got the DB1 all detailed in there. We've got the Candyman logo to the bottom. The Segoe 4600 Extreme, and you've got the colour flip on the lion's head, which changes colour around the outside. This looks better in bright daylight. It's a bit bad under the LEDs in here. We've got all the locating brackets here, so you unscrew these, and like I said earlier on in the video, you just mount these through. I've cut the template, so when Candyman gets it, all he's got to do is mount this to the wall, tape it to the wall like that. That's the top. Tape it to the wall, drill holes here in the four corners, move that away. There's wall plug screws, remote control, all in the bag, all ready to go. And then you can mount this with the locators. I'll turn the light on. A little bit hard to see in this light, but you can see the glow around the outside. I'll turn the main lights off. There you go, guys, so that's the effect you get when you've got a little bit of darkness in the room. It just proper glows the guns up, glows the cups on the guns. They look really, really 3D now. And then you can do all your different colours. You've got the glowing one there. That's the sort of thing you see on the Candyman logo as his intro comes in, is the glow. You've got like soft fade, or you can set it to what colour you want. So looking really nice now with the light all done. We've got it all finished in the end. The Candyman sign's all finished. The next thing to do with this is I'm going to make a custom box, because this is being jetted off to the US. So I'm going to make a custom box with all the packaging so it don't get damaged in transport. And the next time you're going to see this will be on Candyman's channel. He'll do a big opening, I suppose, and he'll get to see it. So I hope you've enjoyed this 5 to 6 part series on the Candyman custom sign. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, and head on over to Candyman's channel, click a subscribe and press the notification on his channel as well, so you don't miss out on either of our channels on the custom side of things. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.